And I'm going to be spending the rest of this time with you to show you how you leverage your personal story so that you can get to that 7-figure mark or bring in an additional multiple 6 figures in your business so that you can pass that 7-figure threshold. Or if you're already at 7 figures, how you can leverage your story to be able to compound the growth of your company, of your business, of your coaching, and all the things that you're doing. I'm super, super excited about our time together. And let me just go ahead and start off by saying this. I want to say a couple things. Number one, you are in the right place. If you are an entrepreneur, a CEO, and you are ready to up level the game, like you're ready to take your business to the next level, you understand that you are the spokesman or the spokeswoman for your brand. You understand that this is your time. You understand that this is your season, but you do understand this. You understand that in order for you to get to the next level, you need to get better at talking about your products, talking about your ideas, talking about your services. You need to get better at getting people to see the value of your products and your services. Understand that if that is you, if you're ready to go to the next level and you understand that your ability to talk about your products, talk about your services, talk about your offers is going to help you to up level the game, you are in the right place. Let me tell you something. You are also in the right place if right now you're smart, like you're ahead of the curve, because you still work a 9 to 5. You are working a corporate job, but you got a burning desire to become a 7-figure entrepreneur. You have a burning desire to become a speaker. You have a burning desire to become a coach, but you're just needing to get that extra confidence. You just need to get that extra clarity so that you can finally take that big step of faith and start walking into your destiny, start walking into your calling of becoming an extraordinary entrepreneur, speaker, or coach, or whatever it might be. You are in the right place, because I'm going to tell you that there's something you need that's going to give you that extra confidence, that extra clarity to get you exactly where you need to be. You are also in the right place. If you have a direct sales business and you're looking to grow your team, you want to up level your team so that you can become one of the top producers in your business. And you're just looking to find out how you could better articulate and talk about your opportunity, how you can better encourage and inspire and motivate the people on your team so that you can up level your direct sales business. You are also in the right place. If you have a nonprofit, you have a ministry, and you're wanting to make a deeper, more powerful connection with your donors and the people that you absolutely want to support. So I just want to make sure that you understand, whatever your path is to 7 figures, whatever journey, whatever brought you here to BlackCEO, to the Masterclass Intensive, I want to make sure that you understand that you are in the right place. And so do me a favor right now. I want you to do me a favor. Drop it in the chat. Put, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Let the world know. Put the world on notice that you are in the building, baby. Do me a favor right now. Put, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I see you. I see you, Karen. I see you, Tyran. I see you, Sine. Yeah, I see you, Tamara. I see you. Yes, y'all saying I'm here. I'm here in the building. Lakeisha, I see you. Lakeisha said, I'm here. Jessica Barker said, I'm here. I see you guys are here in the building. That's what I'm talking about. And for those of you who are watching us here also on Facebook, I want you right now in the chat, put I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And that is your way of letting everybody know that you are in the building, baby. And also go ahead and represent your state, represent your city. Let me know where you're joining us from, because we're going to have a whole lot of fun together. And I want to know where you're joining us from. I know people are joining us from all across the United States, also internationally. Let me know where you're joining us from. I'm in sunny, beautiful South Florida. I want to know where you're from so we can go. I see ATL is in the building. ATL is represented. I see Georgia in the building. I see Cleveland in the building. I see New York is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. You guys drop it right now. H-Town is in the building. I see South Carolina is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Where you from? Represent where you're from. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Excellent. We got some international people as well. Fairfax, Virginia in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, 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 yes. All right. I love it. Now, here's the thing. We are going to be together for over an hour and a half, but I do want to make sure that you understand this, that our time together is going to fly by. When I say fly by, I mean our time is going to fly by. We're going to have a whole lot of fun, whole lot of excitement, a whole lot of energy, and also a whole lot of learning is about to be taking place. But here's the thing I know. I want to give you an ethical bribe, because I know how you roll. I know how you roll. You got a lot of things going on. So I want to give you an ethical bribe. And the ethical bribe is so that I can make sure that you stick around and that you are with us the entire time that we are together. And so in order for me to make sure that we have this ethical bribe, one of the things that I'm going to do is I've got something very special that I want to share with you before our time is up. Now, here's the thing. I've got a very special bonus for those of you that are with me all the way until the end. And I don't want you to miss out on this bonus. It's a very, very special bonus. I don't want you to miss out on this thing. And so, of course, I want to do something special so that why do I want to do this? Because I know how you get down. I know that you are super busy. And so part of this special bonus that I'm going to be doing with all of you is something that I have specifically, and I want to make sure you're clear this. This is only for those of you who are still with me all the way until the end, all the way until the end. So you are with me during this entire time that we're going to be spending together. And I assure you, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So let me go ahead and put something up on the screen. This is a very special bonus that I have for you. For those of you that are with me all the way until the end, let me tell you something. One of my number one most requested programs is my Speak Easy program, which really helps me to put together very powerful presentations. And for those of you that are with me all the way until the end, I've got something very special for you. If you make a decision, you're like, Andy, I would love to be able to work with you and your team. I would love for you and your team to support me in being able to put together and craft my story. I've got something very special for you, and that is my ethical bribe. So if that's okay with you, do me a favor right now, put in the chat, put yes, 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 yes. Drop the yes, yes right now in the chat. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, here's the other thing. I tell you this. I think that is so important. It's so critical that one of the things that we should do is I want to lead up front by making a couple of promises to you. I like to start off with some promises right away because I know that you're about to spend some time with me, and I want to make sure that you understand wholeheartedly that this is going to be worth your time. So I want to make some promises to you right now up front. Here's promise number one. I promise you that before our time is up, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can instantly grow your influence by answering 3 very special questions that most people aren't even aware of. Here's what I realized. That for most of us, if you want to get to that 7 figures, or if you're already at 7 figures and you're wanting to scale up, one of the things that most of us have to do is get better at being able to influence the people who should be buying our products, who should be buying our services, being able to influence them. Number 1, to join our tribe. Number 2, to join our community. And number 3, to say yes to our products and our services, especially when we know that we are in front of the right people. And so I believe that so much of your success and your next level has to do with you increasing your ability to be able to influence your prospects, your customers, and your clients and getting them to take action. So my first promise is I'm going to share with you 3 very, very simple questions that you got to be able to answer so that you can increase your influence. That's promise number 1. Now, here's promise number 2. Promise number 2 is this. I'm going to share with you exactly how you can find your own personal 6-figure story, even if you don't think you have a story. Now, why do I say that? Because every single time I put together a presentation like this, people are going to fall in one of 2 buckets. You're either going to fall in bucket number 1, where you're like, Andy, man, I heard that you are the story guy. I heard that you are the founder of the Master Storyteller Academy. I heard that you have a video on Goldcast that has over 5.9 million views. But Andy, I don't know if I have a story. You know, I've had a really good life. I've never really had anything crazy or tragic happen to me. So I don't really know if I have a story. And so if you're that person, I assure you, you may not realize this. I was just like you. I promise you. I was like, man, you know what? I was a straight A student. I got a full scholarship to college. I worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers. You know, I haven't never been on drugs or had anything crazy happen in my life. And I was absolutely convinced that I didn't have a story. But I'm telling you, if that's you, I assure you, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can find your story. And then I've got people in the other camp. The people in the other camp, you're those folks, you're like, you know what? My goodness, I tell you, Andy, I got so many stories, My man, I got so many stories. I just don't know which story is the story that I need to work on in order to be able to leverage and up-level my game. So regardless of what category you fall in, one of the things that I could assure you is that during our time together, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can find your own personal six-figure story. So that's promise number 2. Promise number 3 is this. I'm going to also share with you how you can craft a signature story that instantly connects and moves people to action. What kind of action, baby? Action to join your community, action to buy your products, action to buy your services, action to join your team. Listen, for those of us that are wanting to up-level the game, every 7-figure entrepreneur knows that they've got to be great at mobilizing and getting people to take action. Somebody do me a favor right now. Drop it down in the chat. Put action, 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 action. Drop action down in the chat. Put action down in the chat. Put action in the chat. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I see you, Lakeisha. I see you, Sine. I see you. All right. Mahalia, I see you. I see you. I see y'all dropping the action. Drop the action down in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Mary Jones, drop the action in the chat. Those of y'all on Facebook, drop action in the chat. Terrence, my man, good to see you. Latoya, put action in the chat. I see y'all. I see y'all blowing up the chat. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Right? Now, here's the thing. In addition to these 3 promises, I've got one additional promise for you. And here's what my promise is. Here's my promise. My promise is this. Every single time that I put together one of these master classes, I know that there's going to be some people who are my assignment. And you say, well, Andy, what do I mean by that? When I say you're my assignment, meaning that you showed up, maybe this is even your first opportunity hearing from me. But what happens is the more that I share with you during this masterclass, the more that it is going to make sense and the more obvious it's going to become to you that you need to get my support, the support of me and my team. And so my promise to you is that before our time is up, I'm going to extend a very special invitation to the people who are my assignment so that you can find out exactly how me and my team can support you in being able to craft and put together your story over a 3-day training known as my Master Storyteller Academy, which is going to be taking place in June 16th through the 18th. Now, I want to go ahead and just say this up front because I don't know who the people are who are my assignment, but I know my assignment is always present. And I want to make sure that I have your permission to be able to extend that invitation. And it will be a juicy, really special invitation because you are part of BlackCEO. So if that's okay with you, do me a favor right now. Drop it down in the chat. Put yes, 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 yes. Drop it in the chat. Put yes, yes in the chat. Do me a favor. Drop it right now in the chat. Put yes, 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 yes. All right, Sinead, that's what I'm talking about. Put yes, yes. Put the yes, yes in the chat. Put it also on Facebook. Drop the yes, 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 Latoya. I see you. Star, I see you. Tamara, I see you. Lakeisha, I see you. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all dropping the yes, yeses. Dr. Peepa, Dr. Carter, Tyran, Mary Jones. That's what I'm talking about. Drop the yes, yes in the chat. Fantastic. So that is one of my additional promises to you. Now, here's the thing. I think it's always important. You know, if we're going to spend some time together, I think it's important that we just call out the problems. Let's call out the challenges. Let's call them out right now. Like, what is it that keeps a lot of people from getting to that 7 figures? What is it that causes a lot of frustration for people? Let's start number 1. Number 1 is this, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Here's what Socrates said. Socrates said that unexamined life is not worth living. So what does that mean for me and you? What that means for me and you is that on our journey, at all times, we got to make sure we are taking personal inventory so that we can be very clear on where we are and then also be very clear on what our deficiencies are and the things that we need to improve. So I want you to be very honest right now, and I want you to jot down the number, and I want you to put it in the chat. I want you to jot down the number specifically where you believe that this is an area, Andy, that I know I can improve. So when I am working with our clients at our Master Storyteller Academy, what we find is across the board, there are specific challenges and problems that people are facing. One of which is number 1 is this, is that they have a great product. They have a great service. However, when it is time for them to communicate and to share about their products and their services, they feel as if they could do a better job because they're not getting the response that they would like to get from people when they are doing their webinars, when they're speaking on stage, when they are going live, when they're sending out their emails. So they're like, you know what? I need to do a better job. I got to have more clarity when I am talking about my products, when I am talking about my services. So because we know that without clarity, people don't take action. And so if you believe you could do a better job of having more clarity when you're talking about your products and your services, do me a favor right now, drop a number 1 in the chat. Put number 1 in the chat if you know you could do a better job, if you could improve your ability to communicate about your products and your services. If you can have, thank you, Mahel, thank you, Tamara, thank you, Latoya. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. We got to be honest. We got to be transparent where we are. I believe that we could always improve, no matter how great of a communicator we are, how good of an entrepreneur we are. I think we can always get better at increasing our clarity when we're talking about our products and our services. So drop the number 1 in the chat. I see you. All right. Number 2 is this. You actually do get an opportunity to speak to your ideal customer and client. So you do a webinar, you do a presentation, you send out an email, you go live, you go on Clubhouse, you actually are speaking to people who should buy your products and your services. And for one reason or another, they do not buy. And so if you believe you could do a better job of increasing your conversions, increasing your sales, AKA getting people who should say yes to your products and your services, do me a favor right now, drop it number 2. If you're like, man, Andy, listen, you talking to me, my man, I could definitely benefit from increasing my conversions, increasing my sales. Put a number 2. Yes, I see you, Tamara. I see you, Latoya. I see you, Tyran. That's what I'm talking about. Drop a number 2. Put a number 2 in the chat. If you know in your heart that you're like, you know what? I know I could get better at increasing my conversions and then also increasing my sales. Yes. I see you, Star Babatoon. Yes, Mary Jones. I see you. And then so here's one of the third challenges that so many of us face. Here's one of the third challenges. The third challenge is this, but I want to ask you this question first. My question for you is this. What would you say is the most precious thing that we possess, even more valuable than money, which can easily be replaced? What is the thing that once you spend it, you can never, ever get it back? Somebody drop it for me in the chat. What is the thing that is so precious? Yes, Mahalia, I see you. Time. You guys, time is the thing. The unforgiving minute. Time is the thing that once you spend it, baby, there is no way you can get that time back. And so here's the thing. If we know that time is the most precious thing that we possess, then what it means is that for me and you, if we want to up level the game, for those of you that are on your journey to 7 figures or trying to get beyond the 7-figure mark, what it means is that we got to find a way to leverage our time. In other words, we have to find a way to get in front of multiple groups of people at one time. But here's my other question for you. Why do you think that so many people have a hang up, or why do you think that so many people are resistant to having one-to-many conversations? What do you think keeps people from talking to large groups, from doing group presentations, from doing group webinars, from doing group master classes? What do you think keeps a lot of people from speaking to large audiences and groups of people at a time? Do me a favor right now. Drop it in the chat. What do you think? Yes, Latoya. Fear. Yes, the fear of criticism, right? The fear of public speaking, the fear of judgment, even the fear of success. So fear, Tamara, that's right. Fear, Mary Jones, that's right. The fear, I see you guys on Facebook. Fear is the thing that holds so many of us back. And so here's the thing. If you know that you can benefit from having greater confidence, I want you to do me a favor right now. If you're like, Andy, I know I could benefit from more I'm confident, but I could definitely benefit from having more confidence. Do me a favor right now. Drop a number 3, put a number 3 in the chat. Put number 3 in the chat. I see y'all. I see you dropping the number 3s. So the reality of it is all of us could benefit from having more confidence. Now, here's the fourth challenge that I think that so many of us face, and it is this. One of my mentors told me a long time ago, he said, Andy, whatever you do, my man, do not chase the money. He said, don't chase the money. Money has a way that when you chase it, it runs away from you. How many of y'all know some people, they've been chasing money a long time and they're still broke? Do me a favor. If you know somebody who's been chasing money for a long time and they're still broke, do me a favor. Put yes, yes down in the chat. Drop a yes, yes in the chat right now. Put in the chat, yes, yes. You know somebody, they've been chasing money, but somehow money always finds a way to run away from them, right? And so they are still broke, even though they've been chasing money, right? So the thing about money, you don't want to chase money. You want to attract it. And the way that you attract it is by making impact. One of my mentors told me a long time ago, he said, Andy, he said, let me tell you something. Don't chase that money. He said, I want you to chase impact. And he said, the reason why is because impact drives income. He said, if you can learn how to make great impact in the lives of your customers, in the lives of your clients, in the lives of your prospect, he said, if you can learn how to make impact, he said, you don't have to worry about chasing the money, my friend. He said, the money will chase you. He said, don't worry. You would not have to worry about chasing the money. He said, but rather the money will chase you. How many of you would love to attract as opposed to chase? Do me a favor right now. If you want to attract, do me a favor. Drop attract. Drop it down in the chat. Put the word attract. That's what we want to do. We want to attract opportunities. We want to attract clients. We want to attract more revenue. We want to attract more things. So here's the thing. If these are the problems, if the problem is we need more clarity, if the problem is we need greater conversion, if the problem is we need more confidence, if the problem is we need to make greater connection, what is the solution? Now, here's what I want you to do right now. Before I tell you the solution, I want you to do me a favor right now and put all the numbers that apply to you right now in the chat. If it's 1 through 4, put 1 through 4. If it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, put 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put the numbers that apply to you, all the areas that you believe that you can improve. Now, thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Tyran. You know the reality? I believe all overachievers, and I know who we attract here. I know who shows up to the BlackCEO conference. Y'all people who are ready to get to that next level. And the thing that we all know is that we can always improve. We could always benefit from having more clarity. Just think about it. You can always benefit from showing up with more clarity when you're talking about your products and your services and what you got to offer. You could always benefit from having more conversions. You kidding me? Who doesn't want to get better at conversions? You could always benefit from having more confidence, because with more confidence, you will take more bigger action and so forth. And we could always benefit from making more impact. And the byproduct of making more impact is making more income. So if these are the challenges, then Andy, what in the world is the solution? And so I'm going to present to you that the solution to this is really making sure that you need to strengthen your message. You see, because if you had a strong message, you would show up with greater clarity and people will better understand what your products and services are. If you have a strong message, you are going to ultimately be able to increase your conversions because more people are going to understand the value of your products and your services. And you're also going to be able to help them to overcome the objections. If you have a strong message and you have practiced telling that message and you know it works, you're going to have more confidence. So you're going to take bolder action. If you have a strong message, you also know you're going to make more impact. And as a result of making more impact through the connection, you're going to make more income. Now, when I say message, what I'm talking about specifically is having a very powerful, compelling signature story. This is the story that you use so that you can clearly articulate what you have to bring to people. This is a story that you use to build deep, meaningful connection between you and your audience and your prospects. This is a story that you use so that you can ultimately set up and increase your conversions. This is a story that you use to be able to show up with more confidence and more clarity. And so I want you to understand that ultimately the thing that all of us really got to get passionate and really have tons of conviction around is making sure that we have a really powerful message, AKA a really powerful story. Do me a favor right now, drop it in the chat, put story. 7-figure entrepreneurs have mastered the ability to leverage their personal stories to be able to build connection and rapport. They've mastered using their stories to get people to see the value of their products and services. And they've mastered leveraging stories to build deep, meaningful connections because they know that those connections is what is going to drive behavior and get people to take action. Now, I want you to tell me right now really quickly, what is wrong with the picture that is on the screen? Somebody tell me right now. Drop it in the chat. What is terribly wrong with the picture that you see right now on the screen? What is wrong with the picture? Somebody tell me right now. Put it in the chat. Yes. That's right. You see what's going on in this picture. It is backwards, y'all. Exactly. You're like, Andy, why is the cart in front of the horse? That is totally backwards. But can I tell you something? This is what so many entrepreneurs do that's keeping them from getting to 7 figures. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. They take the time because they're listening to everybody and people say, oh man, you need to write a book. So they write a book. They say, oh, you got to develop a product. You need to have products. You need to have an online course. So they create these products. They create their programs. They create their online course. Then they're like, oh, you need to have a funnel. Because if you don't have a funnel, people aren't going to buy your stuff. Then they go and they create a funnel. Now, there's nothing wrong with all these things. I got every single one of these things. I wrote a book. It's called Show Up for Your Life. Les Brown wrote the foreword, right? I've got products. I got services. I got funnels. I got all those things. But here's where the problem lies. Nobody tells you that the book is not going to sell itself. You see, the average author sells less than 250 copies of their book. You see, they don't tell you that the average person who creates an online program won't even make 50K from that online program. Nobody tells you that. You see, they don't tell you that most funnels that people create absolutely bomb, and the funnels aren't even responsible for bringing in 6 figures into their business. And what they fail to tell you is that these things are not going to move themselves. So then how do we get the traffic? How do we get people to buy the book? How do we get people to buy our products? How do we get people to buy our services? Well, here's what we got to do. We got to stop doing it backwards, where we talking about, well, if we build it, they will come, because we learned very quickly. How many of y'all learned that if you build it, they will not come? Like, the book does not sell itself. The products do not sell themselves. The services do not sell themselves. And the funnels do not necessarily always work. And so what do we need to do? Well, we got to flip the order, y'all. What we got to do is this. We got to do it the way it's supposed to be done. And that is that the horse is supposed to be in front of the cart. So yes, I want you to have books and products and services and funnels and all the other stuff that we have to create. But the issue is, you got to have something that is going to drive people to want to buy the book. You got to have something that's going to want to drive people to want to learn more about your products and your services. You got to have something that's going to drive people through your funnel. And what is that thing? That thing is your message. That is your story. Because your story, right? I remember when I released my book, Show Up for Your Life, it was as a result of me leveraging my story that I was able to get Office Depot to buy 600 copies of my book. It was me leveraging my story that I was able to get Bacardi to buy 400 copies of my book. It was me leveraging my stories when I was speaking and delivering keynote presentations that there were hundreds of people standing in line for 2 hours to buy the book. Why? Because of the story. When I have built my funnels and we made multiple 6 figures from our funnels, and we also did launches that were multiple 6-figure launches, and also to be able to grow our business past the 7-figure mark, we leverage the story, we leverage our messages. And what I want you to understand is this, that most of the time you are one powerful story away, one strategic story that you just need to get the coaching, you need to get the support, that you need to learn how to leverage to be able to get to your next level. And so I want you to understand that stop doing the heavy lifting and just trying to get the products and services and everything to sort of push themselves, because that is backwards, right? We want to make sure that we are not putting the horse behind the cart, but rather we want to put the horse in front of the cart. Does that make sense? If that makes sense to you right now, do me a favor right now. Do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. If that makes sense to you, I want you to do me a favor. Put yes, yes, put yes, yes, put yes, 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 yes. That's what I'm talking about. We got to lead first with the story. The story is the thing that we ultimately got to make sure that we lead with. Now, here's the thing. I know for some of you, this is your first time ever connecting with me. And so I just want to take this moment just to tell you just a little teeny bit about my personal journey, since we're talking about stories. So listen, my parents are originally from the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. My parents are originally from Haiti. And one of the things they told me, they said, NZ, baby, the key to success in this country, baby, you have to go to school, you have to get a good education, and you have to get a good job. That's what my mom told me. So let me tell you something. I followed the script. I went to school at Florida State University. I studied like crazy. I graduated summa cum laude. I stayed an additional year. I got my master's degree in corporate accounting. While I was in the master's program, let me tell you something. I studied like crazy for the CPA exam. I passed the CPA exam. I became a certified public accountant, and then I landed a job with one of the big 4 public accounting firms, a company by the name of PricewaterhouseCoopers. BlackCEO fam, I got to ask you a question. Would you or would you not say that I followed the script? Would you or would you not say that I did everything that my mom told me to do? Do me a favor right now. If you believe I followed the script, do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. Drop the yes, yes in the chat. I followed the script, but help me to understand. Why is it then that I followed the script, but at the end of the day, I felt miserable? Because here I am, I'm working with this amazing company in the presence of really smart, amazing people. And I got every reason to do well. But I started looking and assessing my life, and I started feeling like I'm following a basic routine. And maybe you can relate to this at some point in your life. Like, I was waking up every day to the sound of an alarm clock. I'm jumping out of my bed. I'm hurrying up. I'm getting dressed. I'm getting in my car. I'm fighting traffic to get to a place in which I knew that something inside of me was saying, Andy, there has got to be more than this. And I just want to make sure that I'm not the only one who's ever showed up to a job, showed up to a circumstance, or showed up to a situation that said there has got to be more than this. Do me a favor right now. If you have ever been at that place in your life, maybe you're there right now, and you are saying, I am tired of being tired. I am fed up. I know that God has designed me for more. I know that I'm capable of more. I want you to do me a favor right now. Put yes, yes. If you have ever been there before, if you said there has got to be more than this, if you've come to the realization that there you're capable of more, I want you to drop the yes, yes. I see y'all. Drop the yes, yes down in the chat. Put the yes, yes. Yes, Mary Jones, I see you. Tamara, I see you. Dr. People, I see you. I see y'all on Facebook. I see you. Put the yes, yes. Drop the yes, yes. Drop the yes, yes. That's where I was at. And I'm going to be honest with you. For about a year and a half, I thought about taking a chance on myself. For about a year and a half, I thought about becoming an entrepreneur. I thought about becoming a speaker. I thought about becoming a coach. And here's what I did for a year and a half. I would talk myself into it, and then I would talk myself right back out of it. I'd be like, come on, Andy. You could become a speaker. You could become a coach. You could become an entrepreneur. You could build a 7-figure business. And then I'd be like, yeah, but you did spend a lot of time getting your undergraduate's degree. Yeah, man. Man, you did spend a lot of time getting your master's. Yeah, man, you spent a lot of time studying for that CPA exam. Your mom is so proud that you are a certified public accountant. And then every single time, just as fast as the vision and the dream was there, I somehow found a way to suppress it. And so maybe you could relate to that. There's something you wanted to do, and you are ready to get to that next level, and you talked yourself into it, and then you talked yourself right back out of it. Nobody else talked you out of it. You talked yourself out of it. I did that for a year and a half. But then finally, for me, December of 2004, that was my defining moment. Let me tell you right now, Kevin Costner, one of his movies, he got a line that I love in a movie called Tin Cup. Here's what he said. He said, when the defining moment comes, either you define the moment or the moment defines you. Either you define the moment, you decide that you are going to go ahead and go after your goals and your dreams, or the moment's going to define you. Either you define the moment and you decide that you are going to be here for the BlackCEO event, that you're going to invest in yourself, that you're going to play full out so that you can get to that 7 figures and more and beyond, or the moment defines you and you decide to play it safe. For me, December of 2004 was my defining moment because I finally built the courage and I walked into the office of Tammy Klein and I turned in my letter of resignation. Now, BlackCEO, I'm going to tell you, I was nervous. I was afraid. I did not know what I was going to do, but I was at least smart enough to know that I needed coaching, to know that I needed to get some mentorship. And so I started going to personal development events and trainings. And I went to this training. There was this gentleman at the front of the room, high energy, charismatic, dynamic. I was like, whoa, this dude is amazing. I said, I got to learn how to be able to communicate like this guy. And I ran to the front of the room and I said, excuse me, sir, my name's Andy Henriquez. I want to be able to learn how to communicate like you. I want to be able to impact people's lives, sir. And he said, all right, go to the back of the room, young man, and go speak to Star Babatune. And there's a lady by the name of Star Babatoon. As a matter of fact, Star Babatoon is on my team right now. She is amazing, extraordinary trainer and VP. She's extraordinary. And she was over this guy's program. And I went to the back of the room and they gave me this 3-page brochure. And I remember being so excited. I was flipping through the pre-page brochure and I was like, ooh, it was talking about becoming a better communicator, better speaker, learning how to use your stories so that you can grow and scale your business. I was like, I need all of that and more. And then when I got home, I was like, man, let me pick up that packet again. I picked it up and I forgot to go to the final page. BlackCEO, when I got to the final page, I looked at the tuition. It said 30,000. I was like, man, somebody done put an extra zero on this thing. I thought it was like $3,000. It was $30,000. Let me tell y'all right now, I started hiding out. I was like, man, I'm not picking up the phone. They were calling me. Star Babatoon was calling me to follow up. I was not picking up the phone. I was scared, you guys. I was scared. Y'all don't act like that. Don't act like I'm the only one who ever been scared. Don't act like that. Don't act like that, right? So I was scared, y'all. I was really, really scared. And let me tell you something. Here's what ended up happening. That gentleman who was at the front of the room spoke to Star Babatoon and said, hey, whatever happened to that Andy Henriquez guy who said he was going to join our platinum speaker program? And she said, well, I've been trying to call him. He ain't pick up the phone. And he goes, well, give me the young man's telephone number. And that gentleman called me up on the phone. And here's the thing. Many of you are probably familiar with who this gentleman is. And I want to go ahead and put him up for you right now on the screen because I believe that so many of you are very familiar with who this gentleman is. It is the one and only legendary Les Brown, one of the top 5 speakers on the planet. And I'm having this conversation with Les Brown. He said, hey, young man, did you say you want to become a speaker and a coach? Did you say you want to grow a 7-figure business? Didn't you say you want to make impact? I was like, yes, sir. He said, well, what's going on? And then I said, sir, I didn't realize that it was $30,000. He said, okay. And then so he started walking me through the conversation. Here's what he said. He said, well, tell me what you want. I said, I want to become a speaker, sir. I want to become a coach. I want to be an awesome entrepreneur. I want to build a 7-figure business. And he said, okay. He said, well, let me ask you a question. He said, what kind of personal development have you done? What have you done to invest in yourself so that you can grow into a 7-figure entrepreneur? And when I started to reflect, I realized that I had only made really small investments. And I realized I wasn't being congruent because here I am. I had this big dream of becoming a 7-figure entrepreneur, but I was only making really small investments in programs. And what I realized in so many words, here's what he was saying, and I want you to write this down. He said, you have to invest at the level in which you expect results. The great Trevor Otts, who is the founder of BlackCEO, he repeats this statement over and over and over again, and I want you to put it down in the chat. He said, you have to invest at the level in which you expect results. And I realized I wasn't being congruent. Here I was, I had a big dream, a big vision, but I wasn't being congruent because I wasn't making the investments that I needed to make in myself. And then as we continued the conversation, I kept saying, Les Brown, I want to invest in you, Les Brown. And he was like, whoa, 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 young man. You're not investing in Les Brown. He said, you are investing in yourself. He said, you're not investing in Les Brown. You're investing in. He said, let me tell you something. Tony Robbins once interviewed Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett was being interviewed by Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins said, Warren Buffett, you are one of the most successful, richest men on the planet year after year. And he said, listen, you've invested in real estate. You've invested in the stock market. You've invested in businesses. Out of all the investments, what would you say is the best investment? You know, Warren Buffett says that the best investment you could ever make is an investment in yourself. He said, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. When you invest in yourself, everything begins to change. He said, you can invest in the stock market. You can invest in real estate and lose. You can invest in business, but if you invest in yourself, you will get an ROI. And so what I realized what he was saying is you got to invest in yourself. Why? Because your business, your vision will never outgrow you. In order to have more, you must become more. And now these are all starting to make sense to me. And I'm like, whoa, I got to invest at the level in which I expect results. I need to invest in myself. In order to become more, my business is never going to outgrow me. And so I spoke to Mr. Les Brown. I said, okay, all right, Les, I'm going to do this. And what I realized what he was saying is this. He said, young man, here's what the issue is. You're trying to figure it out before you commit. And what he says is, I need you to commit and then figure it out. And let me tell you something, I committed in that moment. And let me tell you, something amazing happens when you commit. The moment you commit to getting to your next level, amazing things begin to happen. How many of you have ever committed to something and then after you fully committed, right? Even though you didn't know exactly how it was going to happen, after you fully committed, doors started to open. You started to find the resources. The right people started to show up. If you ever been there before, do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. I know y'all know the power of commitment. And let me tell you, amazing things began to happen after I made that commitment. As a result of that, I learned how to be able to share and tell my story. I learned how to be able to put together presentations. And I tell you, humbly, I stand before you. I've had the opportunity to speak for companies like NASA, Bacardi, Pratt & Whitney, Accenture, Google, Office Depot. I've spoken in front of direct sales companies. I've been in Black Enterprise and Huffington Post. I've also been on national television. And I share all of that not to impress you, but in the words of my mentor, to impress upon you that the person speaking to you is a former CPA. And I want you to understand that if I could do this, you can too. I was just wise enough to get the coaching and getting the support. And I hope that you are wise enough to get the coaching and the support so that you can get the skills and the things that you need to be able to get to the next level, which is so important and so critical. And before we proceed, I want you to think about this right now. Your journey to 7 figures and beyond. It is going to require that you be crystal clear on what your why is. What is it that's going to make it worth it for you to get up every day? What is it that's going to make it worth it for you to invest in yourself? What is it that's going to make it worth it for you to push past your fears, your frustrations? What is it that's going to make it? I'm going to tell you, my why is my beautiful wife, Coach Cass, my beautiful daughter, Ava. They're the reasons why I get up every day and I get up and I get after it. And I want you right now to put for me in the chat, tell me, what is your why? What is it that makes it worth it for you to go after your goals and your dreams? What makes it worth it for you to go pound this path of becoming a 7-figure entrepreneur? Tell me what your why is. What's the thing that you're going to cling on to that's going to help you to push through in those difficult moments when you're doubting yourself? Tell me what your why is. That's right. Tyran said, my son. Somebody said, breaking my generational curses. That's what I'm talking about. Is it so that you can leave a legacy? Tell me what your why is. Is it your family? Is it your children? Somebody said building wealth and legacy. Put it right now in Facebook. Also put it here in the chat. Knowing what I will impart with the need for a legacy. I see legacy. I see family and so forth. I think it is so important that you understand what is your why. Building wealth and freedom, leading a path for my children, building. You got to know what your why is. And I want you to cling on to that why during the rest of our time together, because that is going to be the thing that takes you to the next level. And so I shared with you that I got a couple promises. Promise number 1, I shared that I was going to tell you exactly how to instantly grow your influence by answering 3 very simple questions. If you're a note taker, I need you right now taking notes. Trevor Otts, the founder of BlackCEO, said that note takers are money makers. Note takers are money makers. I need you taking notes. I'm going to share with you how to instantly grow your influence by answering 3 powerful questions. Question number 1 is this. Before you can influence your customers, your clients, and the people that you want to take to the next level, you got to answer this first question. And this first question is, who are you? Before people buy your products, before they buy your services, before they want to do business with you, they want to know who you are. They want to be able to connect with you. And who you are is not your website. Who you are is not your LinkedIn profile. Who you are is not just your Instagram profile. You see, who you are is your story. It is the thing that allows you to be able to build a true, genuine connection between you and your prospects, your customers, and your clients. We've heard this over and over again. People love to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. The question is how they get to know you, how they get to like you, how they get to trust you. They get to know, like, and trust you, Jessica. They get to know, like, and trust you, Kelly. They get to know, like, and trust you, Latoya. They get to know, like, and trust you, BlackCEO family, by you leveraging and sharing your story. So the first thing we got to be able to answer is, who are you? And we leverage our signature story to answer that question. The second question they want to know is, what do you have? They want to know what you have. Now, here's the thing. Most of us, we're always ready to tell people what we have. We tell them, oh, I got a coaching program. I got products. I got services. I got a podcast. I got a book and all these things. We're always eager to tell people what we have. The only issue is we got to flip the order. Do this with me. Unless you are driving a vehicle right now, I want you to do this with me. I know it's silly. Do it with me. Put your hands out. I want you to flip the order. Yes, do it with me one more time. Put your hand out. I want you to flip. Some of y'all ain't got no coordination. Let's do it one more time. I want you to flip the order. That's what I'm talking about, right? So what do I mean by flip the order? What I'm saying is before you start trying to talk people about what it is that you have, I need you to connect before you sell, because connection is always going to precede conversion. And so there's nothing wrong about being excited about your books, your products, your services, and all that. The issue is what's hurting you is that you're not connecting with people first. And so we've got to answer the first question of who you are, the second question of what do you have. But once again, we want to leverage stories so we can get them to connect with us. And we also want to leverage stories so they can see and understand the value of our products and our services. And then the third question they're asking is this. They want to know, why should I care? Understand this, that everybody you're looking to influence, they're all tuned into the same radio station, WIIFM. WIIFM, BlackCEO. WIIFM stands for what's in it for me, baby. That's what they want to know. They want to know what's in it for me. Stop making the assumption that people understand the value of buying your book, that they understand the value of your products, that they understand the value of your services. We got to get them to see the value. And we got to get them to understand how it's going to support them. And the best way for you to answer these three questions of who are you, what do you have, and why should I care is a story. Number one, we use our signature story so we can answer the question of who are you. We use our story so we can get them to understand the value of our products and our service. And we use a story about our customers and our clients to get them to understand why they should care. If you start showing up and answering these three questions, everything begins to change for you. I'm telling you, when I had this framework broken down for me by the legendary Les Brown and I understood this, all of a sudden, I started understanding in my presentations, in my conversations, how to make sure that I'm answering these three questions. And as a result of it, now I started to pick up my influence, making more impact and making more income. If you got me on that, do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. Drop the yes, yes in the chat. Now, let me tell you, I'm not going to lie. When I first left corporate America and I started saying, hey, I'm on my way to the 7-figure entrepreneur, I'll tell you what I realized really quickly. I was like, man, this thing a little harder than what people are telling me. I'm like, man, I'm telling people I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I got a book, I got a product, I got a service, crickets, nobody buying nothing. I'm getting no opportunities. So I had to stop and pause for a moment. And I started to look around and I was like, wait a second, who is having a lot of traction and success? And I started seeing people and I started realizing, like, wait a second, they all have something in common. And what they all had in common is that every single one of them had a powerful story that they were leveraging, and they were using that story over and over again. So when I was training with Les Brown and I was in his coaching program and I was sharing stages with him and going places with him for years, I was like, wait, he always shares this story about being born in Miami, Florida, right? In Liberty City, right? Being held back in the 4th grade, being labeled the dumb twin, becoming a sanitation worker, then becoming a disc jockey, and you got to be hungry, right? And I was like, wait a second. Tony Robbins always shares a story about his mom being abusive and her washing his mouth out with soap. And I was like, Lisa Nichols shares a story about going to the ATM machine and not having enough money in her account to even buy diapers for her son. Eric Thomas was talking about being a high school dropout. And then Joel Osteen was talking about being the cameraman, all these things. And I'm like, wait a second here. Success leaves clues. All these people that have major influence, that built platforms, they've all crafted and put together a powerful story, and they use the story to attract more customers, more clients in their audience. And I'm going to tell you something. I realized very quickly, like, I needed more help. So I started investing more. I was investing in Les Brown programs, Tony Robbins program, T. Harv Eker programs, Bob Proctor program. I was doing everything I could so that I could get better at being able to share my message. And what I want you to understand is that when it comes to your story, this is one of the most under-leveraged tools that you possess to get you to the 7-figure mark and beyond. And what I want you to understand is this is also one of those areas that this is not something you need to try to do on your own. This is what so many people mess up. They think that when I talk about putting together a story, it's about them telling their story the way that they tell their stories to their friends and their family members. And that is not what I'm talking about. The average person who's telling a story, they're not even telling a story. They're doing it all wrong. They're going in chronological sequence. They're going, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. They're making no emotional connection. They're speaking for way too long. There's no call to action. There's no conflict. They're doing it all wrong. I'm talking about getting coaching. I'm talking about learning how to properly share a story like so many of the greats have so that you can grow and build your influence. Everything begins to change in that moment. And let me tell you, when I learned and invested in learning how to be able to tell a story, I started off with just a story about my mom. And that's all I started off with. But then someone started saying, Andy, listen, nobody's paying you, man. You need a product. I took the story that I crafted with my mom, about my mom from that Les Brown program. If you ask me, Andy, what's the biggest thing you got out of Les Brown's program? I learned how to craft a story about my mom. And after I told that story, I put it on a CD. I was selling a $20 CD. I ordered 1,000 copies of the CD. Over a year period, I was blown away. I sold 1,000 copies. I know that doesn't impress you. That's only $20,000. But I went from making no money as a speaker to now I made $20,000 selling a $20 CD. And I was like, well, what would happen if I actually got products and services? Then I ended up reaching out to Les Brown. He wrote the foreword to my book. I dropped the book, Show Up for Your Life. Book did amazing. If you don't have a copy of the book, make sure you go to Amazon, all online stores, get you a copy of this book. Office Depot bought 600 copies. Bacardi bought 400 copies. Now I've got some traction going. Now I end up reaching out. I shared the story. Huffington Post, Black Enterprise, they end up featuring me. I get called on local television. I share once again the story. Then somebody heard me on the Word Network. I end up on the Word Network sharing the story. Then people are asking me, what do I charge to speak? I was like, I don't know, $500, then $1,000, then $5,000. Then I'm getting paid $10,000 for a keynote. Then I'm getting paid $15,000. Then I'm getting paid $20,000. Then I'm getting paid $25,000. And today I spoke for companies like Bacardi, Office Depot, Accenture, Pratt & Whitney. And I share that with you to understand that what did I do? I simply developed the skill set. I invested in myself. And I'm telling you that your journey to 7 figures is going to require that you get better at being able to share your message and being able to craft and share and tell your story. It's an absolute game changer. And I didn't believe this was going to happen. But 2 years ago, I wake up, I got all these text messages, all these emails, and one of my stories that I shared on the stage in front of 5,000 people got featured by Goldcast. And that story right now on Facebook alone, that story has over 5.8 million views for that story that I shared. And what I want you to understand is eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered into the hearts of man the things that God has in store for you. You have a story that is going to change and impact lives. You just got to stop trying to do it on your own, and you just got to get the coaching and the support so that you know how to properly be able to share and tell the story. If you're with me on that, do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. Kelly said, preach, right? That part, somebody put yes, yes, right? I see y'all. I see y'all. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I'm talking about. And so I want to share with you another one of the promises I shared is I'm going to share with you the 5-step signature story system. These are the 5-step system that I take my clients through when they are working with me at my Master Storyteller Academy, when I'm working with them within my mastermind, right? These are the 5 steps that I take them through to be able to craft and put together their story. And so I want you to go ahead right now and follow along with me. Step number 1 is this. We got to make sure that we discover what your story is. I want you to understand that you have a story that is worth multiple 6 figures, that is going to be responsible for helping you break the 7-figure mark and beyond. However, you got to first discover what that story is. And I'm going to tell you right now, I understand. I've been there before where I was confused. I didn't even know if I had a story. I told you about this. I went to a training, and there was a gentleman that called up to the front of the room during this training. So the person who was facilitating this training called this guy up. His name is Dwight Pledger. And they were leading him through his story. And Dwight came to the front of the room, and Dwight started talking about he was a successful real estate broker. He had a beautiful home, 3-car garage, several Mercedes-Benz parked in a lot. He just came off of an amazing year. He goes to the year-end party. And while he's at the year-end party, somebody calls him into the back room like, hey, Dwight, come here, man. The party's here. And they hand him a pipe. And Dwight's like, no, I don't do any drugs. Dwight's like, they're like, come on, Dwight, man, you had a good year, man. Just one hit. And Dwight said he took one hit. And he said in that moment, he became an instant drug addict. He would abandon his wife, his children. He would end up on the streets, going from drug house to drug house for years until he finally had this come to Jesus moment where he made call to a family member and he said his wife took him back. And I'm listening to this story, an amazing story of redemption and an amazing story of forgiveness. And then the next lady they call up to the front stage, I was already checking her out because she has no arms and no legs. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So they asked her, what happened? You have no arms and no legs. She said, nothing happened. I was born like this. She said, they told my parents to put me in a special institution, but my parents took me home and they loved on me. And she said, even though I have no arms and no legs, I live a regular life. She said, I actually know how to write. She said, I can drive a vehicle. Everybody said, what you talking about, Willis? You could drive a vehicle. What you talking about? And she had to show us. She has a customized van, and she's the one who drives the van. We like, what? What in the world? We are like in shock. We can't believe this. And they're like, next up is going to be Andy Henriquez. How many of y'all know I ran up out of that room, y'all? I ran up out of that room. I was in the bathroom. I'm pacing back and forth. I'm like, wait a second. I grew up in a good neighborhood. I was a straight A student. I got a full scholarship to Florida State University. I graduated summa cum laude. I got my master's in corporate accounting. I became a CPA. I worked for one of the big four public accounting firms. I don't have no story. I was comparing myself to other people. And one of my friends came knocking on the bathroom door. They're like, Andy, it's your turn. I said, I'm not coming out. She said, Andy, come on. I'm like, I'm not coming out. I don't have no story. Are you kidding? She said, Andy, come out. I said, I'm not coming out. She said, Andy, stop comparing yourself to other people. She said, the whole reason why you're here at this training is so that you can figure out how to find your story. And she said, at least trust the process. And I'm telling you, I finally built the courage to come out of that bathroom. And I learned the process that even for me who didn't believe that I had a story, I learned the process to help me to find exactly how to find my story. I want to know right now, how many of y'all want to know what that process is? If you want to know what that process is, do me a favor right now. Drop it in the chat. Put yes. I'm not telling y'all nothing until you drop the yes down in the chat. I want to see y'all blow the chat up, blow it up on Facebook, blow it up right here. Put the yes, put the yes, put the yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I see you, Kelly. I see you, man. I see you, Latoya. Yes. Somebody say, I want to know. That's what I'm talking about. So let me tell you right now, if you want to figure out exactly how to find your story, remember I told you promise number 2. I was going to share with you exactly how to find your own personal 6-figure story. Even if you were like me and you didn't know if you even have a story or if you got a lot of stories, you're not sure which one. I'm going to tell you right now, first place that you're going to look is challenges. Write that down. Every single one of us has been through some challenges. And I want you to think about the top 3 challenges in your life. Some of us have been through financial challenges. We've been through some health challenges. We've been through some relationship challenges. Here's what I want you to understand. Whatever challenge you went through and the ones that you made it through on the other side and you got the lesson, you didn't go through it in vain. Somebody said, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. That pain that you went through, it is attached to your purpose. The test is a part of your magnificent testimony. You understand that, right? So whatever the thing that you went through, I guarantee you that there's somebody who is on their knees praying for a solution, and they need to hear your story because your story is going to inspire them to be able to get the customers and clients that they need. Your story is going to inspire them to keep pushing forward when they feel like their back is against the wall. Your story is going to give them the thing that they need to get the best health, to get the relationship and the thing that they desire. They are literally waiting to hear what you have to share. And what I'm saying to you is some of your biggest and huge challenges that you've gone through has the message that you need to be delivering to your customer and clients. So here's what I want you to do right now. Right now. I don't want you to say, I'll do this later. I want you right now. Think about a significant challenge that you went through that you believe that your customers, your clients, your audience could benefit from. Was it the time that you went through a divorce? Was it the time that you became an entrepreneur? Was it the time that you were in a tragic accident? Was it the time that you got the bad diagnosis? Was it the time that you had to push through when everybody wasn't counting on you? I want you to drop it for me right now. Tell me what is the significant challenge that you went through. I want you to put it right now in the chat. Somebody said, lost my arm in a car accident. Yes. Man, I know that's a powerful story. You guys drop it right now. Somebody say being a young mother at the age of 17. Somebody said going through homelessness. That is my story. Drop it for me right now. What is the story that you know you went through? It caused you some pain, but you got a lesson. You know some other people could benefit from the lesson. Somebody said homelessness to home ownership in 2 days. That's what I'm talking about. My husband abandoning me with the 3 kids. A divorce. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. put down that challenge. Here's the thing that I know. This story that's in you, this story is going to change and impact lives. You just got to get the coaching. You got to get the training. You got to get the support so you know how to be able to tell and share this thing. Somebody said tragic loss of their wife, Anna Lim. Yes, Tyran. Somebody said losing their family and being medicated. Somebody said daughter 9 being bipolar, suffering at the age of 20 years of intercession. You guys hear these stories? These stories change and impact lives, you guys. So challenges, here's the thing. These challenges have amazing stories. In addition to these challenges, you got the transitions. Every single one of us has been through a transition. The major transitions in your life also have a story. And I'm telling you that if you think about these transitions, where you went through the divorce, where you became the amputee, these major transitions also have a story attached to it. So we got our challenges, our transitions, and in addition to that, the defining moments. The defining moments are those moments in your life that when you look at that moment, you're like, everything changed in that moment in my life. If we were to tell you to put a pin in that moment, you would say, this was the moment that everything changed for me. And what I want you to understand is those defining moments also have a great story. And so I no longer want you saying to yourself that I don't have a story or I don't know which story. You do have a story. I'm not saying that you know how to tell it. I understand you need some coaching, you need some support, but make no mistake about it that you have a story. How many of you realize just by looking at this framework, challenges, transitions, defining moment, how many of you realize that you have a story that is worth you sharing? Do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. If you know that you have a story, in your story, if you could just learn how to properly share it and craft it, if you learn how to properly put in your presentations and your webinars and your emails and so forth, it's going to change and impact lives. Do me a favor right now. Put yes, yes. Put a yes, yes. I see you. Drop the yes, yes in the chat. Drop it right now. I see the yes, yes. I see them. Drop the yes, yeses. Drop the yes, yeses. Yes, 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 yes. So the first part is we got to discover what that story is. But that's just step number one. That is step number one. The story is everything. But here's the thing. I want you to understand that when we talk about the right story is everything. I'm about to, in just a moment, play a video for you. And the reason why I want to play this video is I want you to realize that the difference between you having the right story and the wrong story is literally thousands of dollars. The woman that you see right now, right before I play this video, the woman that you see right now, she was the former president of the Office Depot Foundation. They were doing an event with about 600 people at the event, and they were offering a coaching program to these people. Out of 600 people that they made this offer to, less than 10 people decided to take action. Mary Wong was devastated, frustrated. She was sitting into a presentation that I was doing similar to this, and then she ran up to me. She's like, look, I need coaching. I need your support. I need to be a part of your Master Storyteller Academy because I need to learn how to be able to use my story. And so what we did is we showed her how to get the right story, how to leverage the story. And then now she had another opportunity to get in front of this audience of 600 people. And I want you to see what happened as a result. This is what happened as a result of her now having the story and being able to share and tell the story. I want you to hear what happened. We're about to play the video. I want you to lean in right now and listen to exactly what happened to Mary Wong as a result of her now having the right story and understanding how to share the story. Check it out. Yes, 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 yes.
We just finished our storytelling session, and I just want to tell you a story. I got to present in front of a group of 600 people about teaching them how to fish. And our main goal is to be able to help them in fundraising and to sell them a seminar package at $2,500. And with the help of Andy Henriquez, I was able to sell 105 of those at $2,500 a piece.
What? Wait a second. Did you just catch that? Now she has the right story. Now she knows how to tell the story. She makes the offer the following year, 600 people, 105 people. Did y'all catch that? 105 people enroll into a $2,500 coaching program, you guys. They end up bringing in over $250,000. Do you understand that there is power in your story. There is money in your story. Somebody do me a favor right now. Put cash in on your story. Do me a favor right now. Put it in the chat. Put cash in on your story. Cash in on your story. Listen, most of us, our next level is just a couple of little simple tweaks. We got to just get the right coaching and get the right support so that we can understand this. So we helped her to get the right story. Everything changed. Now, it wasn't just finding the right story. Then we had to show her, how do you use the story to be able to develop connection? Because you got to understand this. The majority of people who are going to buy from you, they're going to buy because they first feel a connection to you. Remember, you got to connect before you sell. So we got to show you how to use the story, but how to properly connect through the story. This is another one of my past clients, Helen Stein. She's an attorney. She was listening to a presentation like this. She's like, Andy, I'm an attorney. I don't know if I really need to work on my story. I'm a service provider. I said, wait a second, Helen. Let me ask you a question. What kind of attorney are you? She said, I'm a divorce attorney. I said, okay, Helen, well, tell me, what do you do to separate yourself from the other divorce attorneys? Well, I tell people where I went to law school. I tell them how long I've been practicing law. I tell them that I'm a certified mediator. I said, okay, what else? That's it. I said, Helen, that's what every other attorney is going to say. You got to do something additional to get people to feel a connection with you, as opposed to all of the other divorce attorneys that they could go to. So here's what ended up happening. Helen ends up coming to our training. And here's the crazy thing. We find out that Helen is a divorce attorney who had actually been through a divorce. And so we go through her story, and here's what we find out. Helen and her husband were going through a divorce, and at first it was ugly. Y'all hear me? Ugly. They were destroying each other. And then finally they said, wait a second, why are we destroying each other financially? The people that we're hurting are ourselves and our children. And so they made a decision that they were going to go through Divorce Without War. You know the name of Helen's company? It is called Divorce Without War. We showed her how to use her story now during her consultation with her clients, where she talks about how her and her husband were going through an ugly divorce at first, and then they made a decision to go through Divorce Without War, and how that's exactly what her firm does. She said, Andy, that completely changed the amount of people that made a decision to hire us, because now first they feel a connection to us. You having the story is one thing, but understanding how to get the story to connect with your audience is an entirely different thing. That is step number 2. Step number 3 is this. We also got to drive the emotion, baby. Listen, Maya Angelou said this. People may forget what you said. They may even forget what you did, but they would never, ever forget the way that you made them feel. The power of your story is the fact that you can transfer emotion. The feeling and the emotion that you transfer is the very thing that gets people to take action. There was a Harvard business study, and one of the Harvard professors by the name of Gerald Zaltman, here's what they said. The majority of our buying decisions are made at a subconscious level, and they are tied to emotion and feeling. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you straight up, part of the reason why sometimes people are not taking action on your products and services is because you're not transferring a feeling and emotion that puts them in a place where they feel empowered and that they are ready to make a decision and buy. And so we got to learn how to be able to transfer the emotion. Here's another one of my past clients, Peggy Gaines, meditation coach. She's like, Andy, I'm getting these one-on-one clients, but I cannot get these corporations for the life of me to see the value of meditation. I said, well, listen, what's the story you sharing? She's like, I'm not telling them a story. I'm describing meditation. I said, well, that's the problem. We got to go ahead and get a story that transfers emotion. I said, what was the most difficult moment in your life that meditation got you through? She said, oh, Andy, oh my gosh, it was when my son, he was 18. He got diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. She said, it was the most difficult season in my life. But what got me and my son through that difficult season was the meditation. We would meditate separately, and we would meditate together. And I said, well, listen, have you ever shared that story? Now, it's a heavy story. I'm telling you, don't leave people in the basement. Don't trauma dump on people, but have you ever shared the story about how it was a difficult season so that you can get people to understand the emotional value of meditation? She said no. So now we helped her to be able to tell that story. without trauma dumping, without leaving people in the basement. And now she tells a story to transfer the emotion and feeling. And she got more people to say yes to her meditation coaching, you guys. I hope you're getting this. If you're getting this, do me a favor right now. Say, I'm getting this. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. Drop it down in the chat. Say, I'm getting this. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. I'm getting this. Yes, yes, yes. Put it in Facebook chat. Drop it, drop it, drop it. If you're getting this, drop it here in the chat. I see you, Sine. I see you. I see you, Kelly. I see you. I see you guys. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Put it down in the chat. Now, the other thing that's so important is you got to make sure you got the right structure, baby. Understand this. 90% of people who are telling stories are doing it all wrong. They're going in chronological sequence, and then this happened, and then this happened. They're around here telling 20-minute, 30-minute stories, and they're wondering why people are losing attention and focus. We teach people how to be able to tell a story in 3 minutes or less. The other thing is they have no conflict. Write this down. No conflict, no story. The structure is where so many people have it all wrong. Most people are not telling a story because they're telling stories to their prospects the same way that they tell stories to their friends and family members, but they forget your friends and family members, they love you. They give you something called grace. They keep listening to you even when you're going on tangents. They listening to you even though you saying, and then this happened, and then this happened. Oh yeah, wait a second, girl. Let me remember what I was saying. Like they listen to you. But here's the reality. A cold audience is not going to sit there and listen to all that stuff. So we got to make sure that we have the right structure. Here's another one of my past clients, Eva Francis. Eva's already a rock star, but she was smart enough to be like, Andy, I'm trying to take it to the next level. And what we did is we showed Eva how to properly structure her stories. And she said, Andy, you won't believe this. Right after I left your training, my very first keynote, when I got off the stage, for the first time ever, I had a line of people coming to talk to me. And she said, I got a paid, 5-figure paid speaking engagement right after I got off the stage. She said, oh my goodness. Like the way that you changed the structure in my stories was everything. And so having the right structure is everything, you guys. And then the final step is this. You got to be able to deliver with confidence, you guys. Let me tell you right now, most of us, all we need is a little more confidence. If we knew how to properly tell and structure our message, we would have more confidence. If we have more confidence, guess what we do? We'd raise our prices. We have more confidence, guess what we do? We would launch the podcast. We would write the book. If we have more confidence, guess what we would do? We would go ahead and seek bigger speaking opportunities. If we have more confidence, let me tell you, right here, Reginald Andre. This guy right here, I remember when he attended my Master Storyteller Academy, this dude was the biggest introvert, so quiet, didn't speak at all. But we created such a safe environment for him. We gave such an easy framework. We gave him opportunity to practice, to be able to get group feedback. And by day 3, he was an entirely new man. He now was confidently sharing his story. He had the ability to share his story in 3 minutes or less. And here's what Reginald Andre did when he left our training. He's an IT business owner. He never did his presentations because he was always a really shy, introverted guy. He told the head dude that was doing their sales presentations, I think I'm going to start doing our presentations. He took over the sales presentations and he increased the prices. After he left our training, he did a presentation for a large condominium and he landed a 6-figure contract. And he sent us this amazing message saying, Andy, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the confidence you guys have given me. Not only did we increase the prices, I took over the presentations and I landed a 6-figure contract. Let me tell you something. There's magic that begins to happen when you now have a powerful message that you can share very quickly and concisely that can help you to be able to bridge the gap between you and your customers and your clients. Remember, I told you that I had promise number 3 for you was that I was going to share with you how to be able to craft a signature story that instantly connects and moves people to action. Those were the 5 steps. First, we got to discover what the story is. Right now, all of you at least know you have a story. What you need training and coaching on is how to use the story to develop connection, how to drive the emotion, how to have the right structure, how to show up with more confidence so that you can use the story to attract more customers and clients, so that you can get more coaching clients, so that you can use it in your webinar, in your presentations, so that you can use the story on stage, so that you can do it when you're going live, so that you can have the confidence in the things that you need. That is the reality. Here's where the issue lies for most of us. On one side, We know we have a story. I at least believe that you know that you have a story. You put your stories down, the divorce, the amputation, the homelessness. Although we know we have a story, the issue is we still need to know how to be able to use the story to build connection with our clients. We got to know how to bring the emotion so we can increase our conversion. We got to know how to properly structure it. We got to have the right clarity, the right confidence. And so there's still a gap. And so here's the thing. What is going to help you to get from just simply having a story to now being able to properly share and tell the story? Remember, I told you I had one more promise for you. And the promises was this. I told you that every single time I put together a training like this, that I know that there are people who are my assignment. And I told you that for the people who are my assignment, I'm going to extend a very special invitation. I'm going to do something really, really special that's going to allow you to be able to join me and my team so that we can help you to be able to put together and craft your story at our Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. If I still have your permission to extend a very special invitation so that me and my team could support you, do me a favor right now. Drop it in the chat. Put yes, 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 yes. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat because you know I'm about to do something really special. Yes, Latoya, I see you. Yes, Tamara, I see you. Yes, Tyran, I see you. Yes, Mahalia, I see you. Yes, 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 yes. Right? But I got a question for you. Before I do something really special for you, I got a question for you because I just want to know what's about to be released for you. I want to know right now, if you did have more clarity, if you did have more confidence, if you did have a powerful signature story that you could share in 3 minutes or less, what would you start doing more of? Tell me right now in the chat. What would you do more of? Would you increase your prices? Would you write the book? Would you launch a new coaching program? Would you seek out bigger stages? Would you launch the podcast? Tell me right now in the chat, what would you start doing if you had more confidence, more clarity, and a powerful signature story? Somebody said speaking and coaching. I see you, Dr. Peepa Carter. I see you, right? Launch my program and seek bigger stages. Yes, Mahalia, I see you. Yes, yes, yes. Tell me right now, write the book and launch a podcast, right? All of the above. Actually charging for my services. Yes, charging more, changing my life, right? More speaking engagements. Here's the thing. Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting for the book? Why are we waiting on the podcast? Why are we waiting when this is a skill? All you have to be willing to do is invest in yourself and develop these skills. That's the thing. It's like, let's stop waiting to get to our next level and let's do what we got to do right now so that we can go ahead and position ourselves to be 7-figure entrepreneurs. I'm telling you right now, I was not able to get past the 7-figure mark until I was absolutely sold out on investing in myself. And it wasn't until I started investing in myself, putting in the work, putting in the effort, that I built the skill set to be able to become a 7-figure entrepreneur. And I know, how many of you know, whether you're there or not already, how many of you know right now that there is a 7-figure entrepreneur inside of you right now? Do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. Drop the yes, yes in the chat. Put yes, 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 yes. I see y'all dropping in the chat. Put the yes, yes. Blow up the chat. And for those of you that are already at 7 figures, how many of y'all know that there's another level for you? There's another level for you. Do me a favor right now. Put yes, yes. Drop the yes, yes in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So here's the thing. I told you promise number 1, that I was going to share with you how you can instantly grow your influence by answering 3 simple questions. I answered that. Remember those 3 questions? Who are you? What do you have? Why should I care? Promise number 2, I share with you that I was going to help you to uncover your own personal 6-figure story, even if you don't think you have a story. Remember I helped you with that? We looked at the challenges, the transitions, the defining moments. And promise number 3, I shared with you that I was going to share with you exactly how to craft a powerful signature story that instantly connects and moves people to action. And those were the 5 Ds. Now, promise number 4 was that I was going to extend a special invitation to you to join our Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. And so here's what I want to do. I want to extend a very special invitation for you to join me for the Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive that is going to be June 16th through the 18th. Now, first of all, who is this for? This is for the person, you're an entrepreneur, and you're like, Andy, I want to up-level my game, my man. I realize I'm the spokesman, I'm the spokeswoman for my business, and I want to up level the game. I want to up level the game, man. I want to get better at talking about my products and services. I want to be able to connect with people. I want to increase my conversions. If that is you, that is who this is for. This is also for the person, you are a coach and you're like, Andy, I love what I do, but I need more consistent coaching clients. I need to make sure that I have more consistent coaching clients, and I need to have a message that gets the people to know the ones that I'm supposed to support so that they know that I'm the one that they need to be working with. This is also for the person you're working a 9 to 5. You're like, Andy, I'm here at the BlackCEO. I still work a 9 to 5, but I just need to get more confidence. I need to get more clarity so that I can finally make the transition from corporate America to going after my goals and my dreams. This is for that person that needs that more confidence and clarity so you can take that big leap of faith. It's for the person, you are in direct sales. You're looking to grow your team. You're in ministry. You have a nonprofit and you want to be able to strengthen your message. Now, here's the big promise. My promise to you is over 3 amazing days, you're going to be able to craft a powerful signature story to get more clients, boost your confidence, and make more impact. Our training in March already passed. We had a phenomenal training. The next training that is available is June 16th through the 18th. June 16th through the 18th. Now, here's the beautiful thing. I know I can tell you as much as I want to about why you should attend the Master Storyteller Academy. But I want to give you an opportunity to hear from one of the top 5 speakers on the planet, a guy who's made a significant impact in my life, the legendary Les Brown. I want you to hear from Les Brown as to why you should absolutely be at our next Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. Let's listen to what Les Brown has to say.
I want to encourage you to attend the Master Storyteller Academy with Andy Henriquez. And let me share with you why. I've known him for quite a while, and I've been his mentee as well as his mentor. We learn from each other. I believe you're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach. And I admire his ability to identify your story and how you can use that story strategically to transform an audience individually and collectively. That's major. If you're building an organization, if you're in business for yourself as an entrepreneur, you are the storyteller for your products, for your consulting skills, for your knowledge. Knowledge is the new currency. So if you want an undue advantage, if you want a competitive edge, Andy can give it to you. He can get that story out. He can teach you how to deliver it, unlike anyone I know. And I'm in the same business he's in, but I have to recognize greatness when I see it, but I'm not scared of him. This is Les Brown. This is Mamie Brown's baby boy. And Andy's pride and joy. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, if you love Les Brown, if Les Brown has impacted your life, do me a favor right now. Put yes down in the chat. Yes in the chat. Put yes in the chat. By the way, if you don't know who Les Brown is, you want to make sure that you go on YouTube and make sure you check out Les Brown. But it is an honor for Les Brown to talk about the value that is given at this Master Storyteller Academy. Now, here's the beautiful thing. When you make the decision to join us for the Master Storyteller Academy on June 16th through the 18th, you're going to have the privilege to be able to join us from the comfort of your own home. And so we've had people who join us from all across the United States, also internationally from Tokyo, Japan, Hawaii, St. Lucia. And here's one of the things that comes up a lot. People say, Andy, I know this is a virtual training, but will I still be able to make the level of transformation if it was a live training? I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the most powerful, most impactful virtual training you've ever been a part of. It is high energy, highly interactive. And one of the number one comments that we received from people is, I had no idea that it was going to be such a breakthrough and such transformation. And I didn't have to book a hotel room and I didn't have to necessarily book a flight. It is going to be a game changer for you when you make a decision to go ahead and join us. Now, let me go ahead and share with you all the value that you're going to receive, and make no mistake about it, because you're here at BlackCEO, you are going to get a very, very special tuition, a very special enrollment you're going to receive as a result of you being here for BlackCEO. Number one, we're going to help you to discover your story. So first and foremost, we're going to help you to sort through all of your stories so that you can pinpoint and find the exact story. Remember, I shared with you, Mary Wong, the difference between the right story and the wrong story for her was over $250,000. We're going to help you to sort through all of your stories so you can find the right story that you're going to leverage so that you can attract more customers and clients, so that you can increase your brand, so that you can increase your conversions and make magic happen. That's a $2,497 value. In addition to that, we're going to show you how you can customize that message regardless. If you're sharing that message on Clubhouse, if you're sharing it in a webinar, if you're sharing it on a stage, if you're sharing it in an email, if you're sharing it in your web copy, we're going to show you how to customize that message so that you can connect with people regardless of what format you are sharing that story or that message in. That's a $2,997 value. So in discovering your story, the total value is $5,494 value. In addition, now we're going to help you to develop your story. And one of the number one things we're going to start off with is first helping you to have the right structure. Remember, many people are telling stories. They're doing it all wrong. They're going in chronological sequence and order. If you recall, for Eva Francis, we helped her to change the structure, and now it completely transformed her keynotes. She had a line of people who were coming to come speak to her. And in addition to that, not only she had a line of people coming to speak to her, but in addition to that, she got a paid speaking engagement. So for her, it was worth 5 figures. I'm going to say right here, it's worth at least $2,497 value. In addition to that, we're going to show you how to make sure you can build out your timeline. Why? Because write this down. Attention is the new currency. It's not enough to be able to just get attention. You got to be able to keep attention. So we got to get attention, but we also got to keep attention. Some of you, what's happening is you're getting attention for a second, but you're not keeping the attention long enough so that you can get people to be able to move forward and take action. We're going to show you how to be able to get attention and keep it with your story. That's a $2,997 value. The other thing is you're going to be part of our amazing, amazing community, you guys. I'm telling you, our community is so amazing. We have doctors, we have entrepreneurs, we have 7-figure entrepreneurs, 6-figure entrepreneurs, amazing people who are all part of this community. And the amazing thing is they begin to collaborate. They begin to work with one another. And you being in this community, one of the number one things that we hear from people afterwards is, oh my gosh, I feel like my family has grown. And then I love to sit back and now start watching people collaborate and work with one another. All the result because they spent 3 days with us at the Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. So that's the thing that I absolutely love and I'm so super excited about, okay? So that is an additional amazing $2,497 value. That's a total value of $7,991. Now, here's the thing. We're going to also help you to deliver your story. You got to be able to deliver it. So we're going to show you how to incorporate feelings and emotions. Now, why is that important? Because people are going to take action based off of the way that you make them feel, you guys. That is everything. That's a $1,997 value. And you're going to be receiving group feedback and practice. And this is the same thing. Remember Reginald Andre, the guy was the introvert? We create a safe environment where you're going to get group feedback. You're going to get opportunities to practice sharing and telling your story over and over again. And what we're doing is we're boosting up your confidence. So when you leave there, you feel more confident. You'll increase your prices. You'll go after the big stages. You'll make sure that you're talking to more people as a result of this boost and increasing your confidence. That's a $2,997 value. In addition to that, you are going to earn the amazing Master Storyteller designation. This is the only training where you're going to earn the official Master Storyteller designation. And if you were to ask me, it's absolutely priceless. One of our past clients, Carol Boston, she left the training. She put her designation on her website. She had an opportunity to speak to Amex about conducting trainings for them. And then they said, hey, tell us more about this Master Storyteller thing that you have on your website. She told them how she's a master storyteller. They had a storytelling initiative at Amex, and she got multiple training events that were booked. And she said a big part of it was this whole fact that she was a master storyteller. So I would say it's absolutely priceless. The total value in delivering your story, that's a $4,994 value. BlackCEO, I'm about to do something really awesome for you. So make sure you're ready because we're going to end up dropping a special link for you for something I'm doing only because you're a part of BlackCEO. So we're going to help you discover what your story is. That's a $5,494 value. We're going to help you to develop your story. That is an $8,491 value. We're going to help you to deliver your story. That is a $4,994 value. That is a total value of $18,979. But you know, y'all Black CEOs, so you know we got to throw some bonuses in there for you. Remember, I told you if you stuck around until the end, you're going to get instant access to my #1 Speak Easy program. For those of you that you're like, Andy, I want to know how to be able to put together a 30-minute, 45-minute presentation, but not just a presentation, but a presentation that converts, that gets people to buy your products or your services. The Speak Easy program is going to take you through the process of how you do a presentation that converts, understanding that there's different people in your audience. Some people need a lot of information. Some people want to laugh. Some people need a lot of the details. Some people need to be able to see the big picture, how to make sure that you are not giving so much information that people don't know how to take action, right? So you're going to get access to the Speak Easy program as an additional bonus. That's a $497 value. And then this, you're going to absolutely love. An additional bonus because you are taking action here during BlackCEO, and I want to be clear, this is going to be for the first 7 people who take action, and I'm going to do something really, really special here with the tuition. For the first 7 people to take action, you're going to get a bonus, one-on-one. You're going to get a one-on-one clarity session with our lead trainer for the Master Storyteller Academy, where she is going to take you through a process where on the session, she is going to pull your story out real time. And then she's going to do an extreme makeover of your story right there so you can see it for yourself. And this session is designed to get you to see the power of your story and then set you up for success as you are coming into the training. As I said, this will be for the first 7 people that take action. We're about to drop a link. Not yet. We're about to drop a link in just a moment to do something special. That's a $1,997 value. I know I shared a lot with you, so let me tell you all the value you're going to receive. #1, we're going to help you to discover your story. That's a $5,494 value. We're going to help you to develop your story. That's a $7,991 value. We're going to help you to deliver your story. That's a $4,994 value. You are also going to earn your Master Storyteller designation. You're going to get instant access to the Speak Easy program. That's additional $497. You are also, if you're part of the first 7 people to take action, you're going to get the private one-on-one clarity session. That is a total value of over $20,000, you guys. It's a total value of over $20,000. Now, here's the thing. Y'all already know that I'm going to do something really, 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 really special for you because you are part of the BlackCEO. So we're going to do a very special tuition. And here's what the special tuition is. Your tuition is not $20,000. It's not $10,000. It's not even $5,000, you guys. Your special investment in yourself, the investment that you're making in yourself, is only $3,000 for you to secure your spot to join us for the Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. But y'all tell me right now, I just want to know, because y'all did show up for the BlackCEO. Is anybody interested in me doing one more special thing because you are part of BlackCEO? If you want me to do one more special thing because you're a part of BlackCEO, do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. I want y'all blow up the chat. Say yes, yes, Andy, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Y'all want me to do one more special thing because you're a part of BlackCEO? Somebody said do it. Somebody say yes, yes. Oh, blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. I want to see right now. Do it right now. Okay, good. Here's the special thing. How about I go ahead and take another $1,000 off because you're a part of BlackCEO, and the tuition for those of you that are joining us for the Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive on June 16th through the 18th is going to be $1,997. So listen, my team is dropping the link for you right now. My team is dropping the link for you right now. Right now, they're dropping it. Look for it in the chat. For those of you, if you don't see the link and you're listening to me right now and you're having issues, you can go to storywithandy.com. storywithandy.com. Otherwise, if you are here with us right here, you're going to go ahead and click on the link. Hurry up, click the link right now. Go ahead and secure your spot. Now, I got to say this. You may be listening to me and you're like, Andy, if you maybe have a funeral on June 16th through the 18th, or you're getting married, we do have one more possibility where you can join us in September. But what you want to do right now is you want to secure your spot right now for June. Other than you attending a funeral or you getting married yourself, then you have a secondary option. But I want to make sure that you're able to join us for the Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. The team has dropped the link. Go ahead right now and secure your spot. Now, let me go ahead and say this. We have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So what does that mean? We are making it no risk for you. There is no risk. Meaning, if you attend the Master Storyteller Academy, and you don't feel that not only that we delivered, but that we exceeded your expectations, we will give you a 100% refund. And that is our way of letting you know that we stand fully behind our training and that you have no risk. So go ahead right now, use the link, go ahead and secure your spot. Somebody said, is there a payment plan? Yes, there is a payment plan. For those of you who need it, you'll see it when you go ahead and check out. Just go ahead. Here's what I got to ask you right now. If all this did was finally get you to launch your podcast, write your book, or kick off your speaking or coaching business, would it be worth it? Do me a favor right now. Put yes, 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 yes. If all this did was help you to launch your podcast, write your book, would it be worth it? And the answer to that we know is yes. Listen, if all this did was help you to have more confidence, help you to have more clarity, get your message in front of more people, would it be worth it? And we know the answer to that is yes. If all this did was help you to fill your coaching programs, attract the right people to your business, your nonprofit, your ministry, would it be worth it? And we know the answer to that is absolutely yes. So BlackCEO family, don't waste any time right now. Go ahead and secure your spot to join us for the Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. You don't want to waste any time. Go ahead and secure your spot. Shout out, by the way, I want to go ahead and shout out. We got some folks also. I want to go ahead and be shouting out a couple folks right now. But once again, you'll see it. You'll see you can go ahead and click the link. Now, let me help you out. Let me show you real quickly. Once you click the link, here's what it's going to do. You're going to go to this page, and then on this page, you are simply going to go ahead and click on the link. This page has everything that I shared with you. You're going to click the link to join us in June. So if you look on the right, you'll see the link where you could go ahead and join us in June, all right, where you have the ability to go ahead and join us in June. And then if not, if you can't join us in June, September will be your secondary option, okay? If you can't join us in June, September will be your secondary option, but you want to secure your spot for June, right? You want to secure your spot for June. All right. And then in addition to that, I want to make sure that you guys are able to see me as well. And then here on the checkout page, let me show you exactly what you're going to do on the checkout page. Let me go ahead and put this up for you right now. One more time on the checkout page. Check it out right here on the checkout page. All right. On the checkout page, you're going to put your name, your email, your mailing address. We do need your mailing address because we're sending you something very special in the mail in preparation for the actual event. You'll see there where you could either pay $19.97, where you're paying it in full. If you pay it in full, you do save about $500 by paying in full, or you can do the payment plan. If you choose to do the payment plan, you're going to pay $9.97, followed by 3 easy weekly payments of $500. So you can either pay it in full for $19.97, you'll save $500 by paying in full, or you can go ahead, make a deposit of $9.97, followed by 3 easy weekly payments of $500. Right after that, you're going to go ahead and click the place order. And once you do that, you are all set. You're going to receive a couple emails from us and the team. Couple of questions. I know that comes up a lot. For the Q&A, I want to say this. When is the training? June 16th through the 18th. And if for some reason you can't make it in June, you can secure your spot to join us on September 15th through the 17th. The most important thing is that you make a decision and that you secure your spot. The training is virtual. You'll be joining us from the comfort of your home, but you will be on camera all 3 days. It's highly interactive, completely transformational. Also, what are the times of the training? Day 1, we go from 10 to 7. Day 2 and 3, we go from 9 to 6. If you don't have a product or a service, is this for you? Absolutely. Remember I shared with you, you don't want to put the cart in front of the horse. You want to work on your message first so that you can go ahead and move people to action. The other thing is, what if I'm not a coach? What if I am not a speaker? This is perfect if you are also an entrepreneur, if you're in network marketing, if you also have a nonprofit or you're in ministry. Anybody that has to use their story has to use their words to be able to connect and also enroll people. So here's the beautiful thing, you guys. I'm going to make sure that just for right now, you guys have the ability to go ahead and take take action. My team is dropping the link. So whether you're joining us right now on Facebook, whether you're joining us right here, you can go ahead, use the link so you can go ahead and secure your spot. And for those of you that are joining us for the Master Storyteller Academy, I just want to say this. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Master Storyteller Academy. You're going to receive 2 emails. One email has all of the details. The second email is going to have your story questionnaire. And then you're going to receive a 3rd email for you to book that bonus session, you guys. I am so happy that you made a decision to not only be part of BlackCEO 2022, but that you made a decision to join me for this session. If you got some value from this session, like if you are looking at your story entirely different, do me a favor right now, drop it in the chat, put yes. Drop it right now in the chat. Put yes in the chat if you've gotten some value. Yes, I see y'all. Oh, yeah, I see you. Make sure you're dropping the yeses right now. Latoya, I see you. Yes, Tamara, I see you. Put the yes. Drop it. Missy, I see you. Excellent. Also, if you're also having any kind of personal challenges, like you need to speak to somebody on my team, Star Babatoon as well as Tyran Jackson are here. Star Babatoon is actually going to be able to give you a call today, real time. So if you do need someone to call you, you need to get on the phone, go ahead and reach out. Star Babatoon, she put her telephone number there. Give her your telephone number and she will make sure that she calls you so that we have to sort out if you have any kind of personal challenges or things that are going on. The other thing that I do want to say this. Every once in a while, somebody's like, Andy, I totally want to be there. I just need to know, do you have anything where I could get some support with my tuition? If that's you, we do have PayPal funding. This is the way that PayPal funding works. You apply for PayPal funding. It takes you 1 to 2 minutes to apply. If you approve, PayPal is going to pay for your full tuition, and then you get 6 months interest-free to pay PayPal back. So team, could you go ahead and drop the PayPal link for them as well? For anybody that may need the PayPal tuition, if you do, go ahead and you're approved by PayPal. The way it works is that you go ahead and apply, and then right afterwards, PayPal will let you know if you're approved. And then if you are approved, PayPal will pay for your tuition. You'll have 6 months interest-free to pay PayPal back, okay? So we gave you the PayPal link. We're going to give you the original link as well. I know for some of you, you're driving, you're moving around. So this very special tuition that I made available to all of you, it is going to continue. The link is going to work for 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes that you will have. 10 more minutes as we continue on with BlackCEO and all the amazing speakers that you're going to hear from. You got 10 more minutes to be able to take advantage of the very special tuition that I did specifically because you are here for BlackCEO, including the bonuses, including the bonus one-on-one clarity session, including the Speak Easy program, earning your master designation, discovering your story, developing your story, delivering your story, and being with us on June 16th through the 18th, you guys. The link will be available for 10 more minutes. So let me go ahead and just sort of check the time. So it is 11:45 on the dot, and you got 10 more minutes. My team, drop the original link for them as well, beyond just the PayPal link. Drop the original link for them as well, so that way they have the link. You guys, it has been an absolute pleasure to hang out with all of you during BlackCEO. I personally believe that this is one of the best decisions that you have made, not only to be part of BlackCEO, but also for those of you that made a decision to go ahead and join us for the Master Storyteller Academy Virtual Intensive. I believe that as much of you have chosen to be here, you have been chosen to be here, and I believe that you are going to experience an extraordinary breakthrough. And so congratulations to all of you for being part of BlackCEO, and congratulations to you for taking action, everybody. God bless. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Hey, Sanaa. Thank you. My man, Trevor Otts, we appreciate you. Thank you, Tyran. Thank you, Star. Thank you, everybody who has been here in the building. I appreciate you all. God bless. And I will see you soon. Yes. I will see you all soon. And I will be also seeing you guys soon that are joining us for the Master Storyteller.